Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Smrt Live Class Wednesday. My name is Mark Roberts. Welcome to the class. I see lots of people in the YouTube chat as always. Good to see the same people coming every week. Rosa's here. Well, should start by saying Zach is here. Zach is helping me with the YouTube chat. People on Facebook, come to YouTube. If you have any questions for me, put them in the YouTube chat. And if I don't see your question, Zach will tell me. Today we're going to talk about relative clauses. Relative clauses. So some students maybe don't know what that is. Don't worry, I will explain. Relative clauses. Let's get started here. I'm just gonna put myself in the picture. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Relative clauses. Make this bigger. Okay. It's too big. Okay. Relative clauses. You know, some teachers say relative clauses. Some teachers describe them by saying adjective clauses or noun clauses. Usually I explain this grammar this way, okay? Adjective clauses and noun clauses. Now, you'll notice today's lesson is called Relative Clauses Number 1, okay? Well, we're going to talk about adjective clauses today, okay? Adjective clauses today. And then next week, next Wednesday, we will talk about noun clauses. So the lesson next week will be called Relative Clauses Number 2, okay? I like to teach relative clauses this way. Some teachers do it a different way, but this is my class and I'm going to do it my way. Adjective clauses. Now, does everybody know what a clause is? What's a clause, guys? If you know what a clause is, please tell me in the YouTube chat. And while you do that, let's just check that everybody understands adjective, right? Adjectives describe nouns. Okay, they give information. They give information about a person or a place or a thing, right, etc. So you guys probably understand adjectives. You guys are good students. You go on YouTube, you go on Facebook to learn English. I think you understand what an adjective is. So do we have any ideas about what a clause is? Well, Kaio says a sentence. Whoa, a sentence with a subject and verb. A sentence with a subject and verb. Farman and Facebook, come to YouTube. It's much better on YouTube. Okay. So the only person that understands clause is Kaio. Sentence with a subject and a verb. Okay, so a sentence and a clause are a little bit different, okay? Basically, a clause is, Kaio's right, a clause is a subject and a verb, okay? Now, sometimes sentences have one clause, I love you, right? This is a sentence. It has one clause, the subject and the verb. Also, this sentence has an object, okay? So let's write these words because we're going to use these words a lot in today's class. A subject, a verb, and an object, okay? This sentence has one clause. Now, sometimes sentences have two clauses. Look, I love you because you are rich. I love you because you are rich. So now we have one sentence, right, Kaio? We have one sentence, but this sentence has two clauses, right? I, subject, love, verb, and then you, subject, are, verb, right? So this sentence has two clauses, okay? So sometimes students think, you know, a clause is a part of a sentence. A part of a sentence. Okay, some people are talking about Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Santa Claus is different, okay? Santa Claus is, we're not talking about Santa Claus. Yeah, I think it's like that in English, okay? That's really shallow. Yeah. Luis Antonio Suarez, how are you, Luis? A clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. Wow, beautiful. Excellent job. Excellent job, Luis. Yeah, a subject and a verb. Okay, so adjective clauses. Okay, adjective clauses are clauses that describe nouns. Okay, they describe nouns. So sometimes we can't describe a noun with one word, right? Example, this is, okay, let's see here. This is a towel. This is a towel, right? Well, what is one word to describe it? Well, blue or soft. So this is easy. Soft towel or blue towel, right? That's no problem. So towel, we want to describe it, no problem, soft or blue. But sometimes we want to use many words to describe towel. Example, how do you say towel and not soft towel or blue towel? No, Mark is holding. Mark is holding. So blue towel, soft towel, Mark is holding towel. Mark is holding towel. Mark is holding. Now, we can't say that. We can't say Mark is holding towel. We can't. It's just bad English, okay? So do you understand? We want to use this information to describe towel. Now look at this information. Look. Subject, verb. This is a clause, and this clause is describing a noun. So we need an adjective clause, okay? An adjective clause. Okay. I do not love you because you are not rich, okay? That's wow, okay. All right. So, does everybody understand well, you don't understand adjective clauses yet, but this is the grammar we're going to study, right? How do we describe nouns with many words? Okay? Now, often we use adjective clauses. We use adjective clauses to define which noun. Okay, define. You guys probably don't understand this word. That's okay. That's okay. I know you probably don't understand define. Define means to explain, okay? Explain or identify. Whoa, identify. Or what else could we say? Describe. Okay, define. Which one? Which one? Okay, so sometimes we use adjective clauses to explain which noun, which one. Let's look at this example. Dogs are noisy. Dogs are noisy. Dogs are noisy. Okay, Alejandra has a question. Alejandra, how are you? Why is it an adjective clause? Where is the adjective? Okay, good question. So maybe Alejandra is talking about this one. Okay, this is, I don't know if you guys understood, but this is bad English, okay? But Alejandra wants to know, well, why is this an adjective clause? There's no adjective. You're right, Alejandra. Okay, look, here we have an adjective. Here we have an adjective. But here we don't have an adjective, but we have a clause. And this clause is describing towel. So this clause is an adjective, right? Because towel is a noun, and adjectives describe nouns. And Mark is holding, we don't have one word in English for that meaning. We don't have a word that means Mark is holding. So we need to use special grammar. We need to make a clause that describes a noun, okay? So Alejandra, good question. Don't worry, you're going to understand pretty soon. Can everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Ahmed can't hear me, but I think it's just Ahmed. I'm not sure, Ahmed. Maybe you should look at your computer, or maybe it's, if you guys can't hear me, let me know. Zach, is the sound okay on your end? Let me know. Okay. All right, so let's go back here. Dogs are noisy. Dogs are noisy. Now, is that true? All dogs are noisy? All dogs are noisy? No, not all. I don't think it's all dogs, right? Okay, so we want to say which dogs, right? Which dogs are noisy? Which dogs are noisy, right? So we need to describe which dogs, and we don't, you know, I want to say the dogs live above me in my apartment. Okay, look, we have all this information. We have all this information. And this information here, the dogs live above me in my apartment. This information describes which dogs. So basically, Alejandra and everybody else, we need to use all of this information as an adjective. Okay, now how do we do this? Well, here we go. Okay. Usually, let's talk about the rules. Okay, these are called defining adjective clauses. Now remember this word, define. Defining help us explain which dogs, or identify. Maybe you don't understand identify. You know, ID card. ID is identify. Okay. So they identify which dogs, or they describe which dogs. So which dogs are noisy? Okay, guys, here we go. Here are the rules. Wow, 73 people watching. That's awesome. 28 likes. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate this. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and also if you guys, you know, if you want to support us, you can click the donation link under the video. You know, we have a lot of students supporting us that way, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. Janice, how are you? Yeah, the class has started. It's okay. We're just getting going here. So let's use this information, and we want to use this information to describe which dogs. Okay. So, defining adjective clauses. Here are some rules. Here are some rules. Here we go. We put them beside the noun. Okay, when I say beside the noun, I mean to the right. Okay, to the right. So, this information must go here. Okay, and this is really different, right? Because before we talked about adjective noun, right? Soft towel, blue towel. But with adjective clauses, a very important rule, guys, listen, a very important rule is adjective clauses must go to the right of the noun, right here. This information describes this word. So we must put the information here. Okay? So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's copy this. And actually I'm gonna copy this. And by the way, guys, this document, my notes in the video, usually after we do the class, I put this document in a link under the video in the description. Okay, so if you wanna read these notes at home or on your phone, no problem. It's really easy to do that. Okay. Okay, so let's do it. Let's put this here. Okay, now of course it's not finished, but we're close. We're close. Dogs, the dogs. Okay, well, we don't want this 2 times. Now, when you define, when you explain which one, we use the. Okay, when we say which one, we say the. Okay, so maybe I don't know. What's an example? Please pass me a pen. And maybe there are 2 pens, a blue pen and a red pen, right? And you want to say which one, you say, hey, please pass me the blue pen, because you are saying which one, right? So dogs, the dogs, we're going to use the dogs. Okay, now we're not finished. We're not finished. Okay, the dogs live above me in my apartment are noisy. This is not finished. Okay, now remember, the adjective clause is here. Okay, this information is describing which dogs are noisy. Okay, now we need something called a relative, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the words, but we need something called a relative pronoun. Okay, a relative pronoun. Now here are some relative pronouns that we're going to talk about today. That, which, who, or whom. We're going to talk about when, we're going to talk about where, and we're going to talk about whose. Okay, we have more, guys, we have more, but today we're going to talk about these ones. Now these ones are the most important with adjective clauses. These ones are the most important. Okay, now let's go back. We need to put a relative pronoun here. Okay, because really, this sentence, guys, look, remember the sentence? Remember the sentence? The dogs are noisy. Okay? Here is the main meaning of the sentence. Right here is the main information. This information is just describing which dogs. Okay, now, here, let's talk about the relative pronouns. Okay, Rosa, we're not talking about defining or non-defining yet, okay? So I'll answer that question in a second. Okay, guys, now, here are the rules. We're not going to talk about these ones right now. Let's just put a space. These are the main ones. Okay. You got to think, when you're using adjective clauses, you have to think about two things. People or things. People or things. Okay? People, let's put this here with, oh, I don't want that kind of writing. People, okay, we use that or who. Okay, now which one do you think is more popular? Which one do you think is more popular for people? Do you think that or who is the difference? Zaki, we will talk about the difference between who and whom in a second, pretty soon, but not right now. Now is not a good time to talk about that, okay? So right now, what do you think for people, because I see a lot of mistakes about this, a lot of people are Maybe not sure, but which one is more popular, that or who? That or who? Caio says who, Alejandra says who, Miguel, vegetarian, nice one Miguel, I love you, says that, Peter says who, Christina says that. Wow, lots of different answers. Well, I will tell you the correct answer, not correct answer, but usually English people say that, okay, for people. Usually English people say that. Whoa, my internet is cutting out here. Let me just reload it. Okay. All right. Now, which one do we usually say for things? Which one do we usually say for things? Well, we have two choices. We have which or that. Which one do we usually say for things? Which or that? Which or that? Now, a lot of students say which, right? But that is really more popular. It's much more popular, okay? Sorry, I just said that is more popular for who. I'm not sure about that. I said that and then I thought, wait, Mark, is that correct? That or who? I think both ways are pretty popular. But definitely things, I think that is more popular, okay? Alejandra's a vegetarian too? Wow, guys, awesome. That makes me feel better. How is a vegetarian lifestyle in Ireland, Alejandra? Anyways, yeah, people, that or who, very popular, and which or that is more popular for things. Now, whom is not very popular. Zaki asked me, what's the difference with who and whom? Whom is very formal. Okay, it's very formal. So you will see this in a newspaper or in an essay. So that's one difference. But definitely it is not as popular as who. Now we will talk about another difference soon. Okay, Zaki, I know you want your answer, but I can't answer everybody's questions because sometimes, you know, I answer the question and then other students get confused. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to our example. Now, dogs, are they people or are they things? Well, with this grammar, we think dogs are things. So, remember, I said that is more popular, but which is okay. Which is okay, but definitely that is more popular. So, we put them here. The dogs that live above in my apartment are noisy. This is a beautiful sentence. It's a beautiful adjective clause. And yeah, now I know which dogs are noisy. The dogs that live above me in my apartment. Okay. I thought that whom is used, yeah, okay, Rosa, relax. I said we're going to talk about another difference, right? I will talk about that. For whom is Mark teaching? Oh my God, all right. That's very strange, okay. Not strange, but it's very formal. So Rosa, one difference of who and whom, not all the differences, but who and whom, one difference is whom is very formal, okay? Okay, so a lot of different comments going on now in the YouTube chat, so I'm trying to read everything here, but is it possible, we have a question here from Norleen, is it possible to use two or more relative clauses in one sentence? Yeah, of course, yeah. Let's try that. So two relative clauses in the same sentence. Okay, so the dogs that live above me in my apartment. Let's change this sentence. The dogs that live above me in my apartment are staying with me. They are staying with me in the bedroom. Okay, which bedroom? So I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change this sentence and add another relative clause. Okay. Is this what you mean, Norlene? I think Norlene is from the Philippines. I was talking to her on the Facebook chat. Guys, Facebook people, come on to YouTube. I'm kind of not looking at the Facebook chat right now. Okay, so maybe the dogs that live above me, maybe the owner went on vacation and now they're staying with me, and you know, they're very dirty, so I don't want to put them in my living room. I put them in the bedroom. Now, my apartment has 2 bedrooms, so I have to say which bedroom. Now, bedroom, is it a thing or a person? Well, of course, it's a thing. So we need that or which. Remember, which one is more popular? Well, things, usually we say that. But which is okay. It's okay, all right? The dogs that live above me in my apartment are staying with me in the bedroom that has windows. I don't know, because I don't want the dogs smell bad. So one bedroom doesn't have windows and one bedroom has windows, right? So I have to define, I have to explain which one has windows, okay? The dogs that live above me in my apartment are staying with me in the bedroom that has windows, that has windows. So yeah, we have a sentence with 2 adjective clauses. How's that, Norlene? Is that okay? Okay, going back to Alejandra. Alejandra is asking me, are noisy, is that part of the adjective clause? No, okay. The adjective clause is just describing the dogs, okay? Now remember, adjective clauses, we can take them out, right? Is this sentence okay? Yes. This is my main clause, my main information. And this information is describing which dogs. Okay, Alejandra? Is there a difference? Okay, so Tiago has a question. I'm sorry, Tiago, I missed it. Is there a difference between a singular subject and plural subject when we use relative pronouns? So he means this, or Tiago, I think, is a man. The dog or the dogs. Is that a problem? No, it's not a problem. Not a problem. Very good question. Just if you say the dog, right? Well, this is one, so now we need to change this word. And then, of course, we need to change this word. Okay? Yeah, so very, very good question. I have never thought about that, but that's a very, very good question. Thank you, Tiago. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, let's go back to this sentence. Actually, I'm gonna go back to that example that I made here. Okay, so the dogs that live above me in my apartment are noisy. Okay. Have I answered everybody's questions so far? Everybody's okay? Cool. Let me know, guys. Zach, I'm thinking about grammar. I'm thinking about examples, and sometimes I can't look at the chat. And that's Zach's job. Zach is my co-worker, my friend, and he is letting me know if I miss a question. So ask me questions about this, right? I can't answer questions about, something totally different because that's not good for the class. Andres has a question. Once an English teacher told me that when I write in English, I shouldn't use long sentences. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Long sentences are not, are long sentences bad? The problem, I tell students, especially lower level students, I tell students sometimes the same thing, because you can't write English the same way you write your language, because your level is different. So if you write a really long sentence, probably it's going to have many mistakes, right? So maybe your teacher thought, yeah, just keep your sentences short, okay? And slowly learn English to make longer sentences. But, be careful. Don't just write a long sentence and use crazy grammar, right? So today we're learning, okay, maybe, this sentence is pretty long, right? It's pretty long, and, we're learning special grammar to make it longer, right? Okay, so that's a good question, Andres. Okay, just be careful, if you're writing a long sentence, please only use grammar that you know, right? If you don't know grammar, how to make a long sentence, just write short sentences. That's fine. Okay, guys, let's go back to this word. Let's go back to this word. Now, this is called a relative pronoun. Oh my God, a relative pronoun. Now, you guys know many pronouns. Guys, what are some pronouns? I know some students here are higher level students, and they know all these crazy grammar words, right? What's a pronoun, guys? I'm sure. Rumika, I saw Rumika, my old student. Rumika, do you remember pronouns? Do you remember what that means? Luis, I'm sure you know mi grupo de inglés. I'm sure you know what a pronoun is. Miguel, thank you. I is a pronoun. I, what does that mean? It means Mark. Or I for Miguel means Miguel. Right? What are some other pronouns? You. Well, only Miguel knows. Right? Come on, guys, give us some. Maybe Miguel has fast internet. Maybe that's what's happening. Alejandra, yes, a pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. I know this is behind me right now. Let's push it up. Okay, pronouns replace nouns. Right, okay, so Mark woke up. Mark took a shower. It's kind of strange, right? We say Mark woke up. He took a shower, right? Mark woke up, he took a shower. Yeah, thank you, Pascoa. Hey, Pascoa, how are you today? Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. So pronouns, you guys know many pronouns, right? So this word is a pronoun. So which noun? Which noun is it talking about? Which noun is it talking about, guys? Right? This means that means like it or he or you or she. So which noun does it mean? Which noun is it talking about? I think you guys know. I think you guys know. Let me know in the YouTube comments. He here he means Mark, right? So here that means what? Yeah, Miguel, Christina, the dogs. So really, this means the dogs, right? The dogs. Now, why do we do that? Well, remember, we take this out and we have a beautiful sentence. The dogs are noisy. This is my main information. This is my main information. Okay, right here. Right? Let's get rid of this underline. Okay. And down here, we have the extra information. Now here we have a problem, right? What does that mean? It means the dogs. But we can't say that 2 times. That's crazy. The dogs live above me in my apartment. So, listen, guys, this is important and this is confusing, okay? Here, we're going to use that or which, and it means the dogs. Now listen, ready? This pronoun, ready? I'm sorry, I keep saying ready, but this pronoun is the subject of this clause. Do you understand that? This is the subject of this clause. This is the subject of this clause, right? Understand? But this is the subject of this clause right here. Is that okay? Does everybody understand that? Guys, does Jonathan know? Don't understand that? Alejandra is going crazy. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. What are you talking about? Me? I'm beautiful? Thank you. No, probably you're not talking about me. Okay, let's explain that again, guys. Let's take this out and let's put it here again. Okay, look here. Really easy, right? The dogs are noisy. So subject, verb, right? Okay, down here, remember, adjective clauses. Adjective clauses, subject, verb. Clauses have a subject and a verb. So here, what is the subject? Well, the subject is that. Remember, that is a pronoun. A pronoun is just like here. He took, right? Subject, verb. So that lived, subject, verb. Okay, so if we put this here, right here, that is the subject of this clause right here. Now, why is this important? Jorge, how are you? Farman, how are you? Why is this important? Okay, because now we are going to learn that sometimes the pronoun is not the subject. Sometimes it's the object. Sometimes it's the object. And this is where Alejandra and other people, this is where you guys get confused. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to Smrt. And I'm going to look at an example here. I love the shoes that you're wearing. Sorry. Let's go down now. Let's make a new example. Okay, here is, I love the shoes that you are wearing. Okay. Okay, Farman is asking a question. Why do we use relative pronouns or relative clauses? Well, today we're talking about adjective clauses, and adjective clauses describe which noun, which shoes. So here we have an adjective clause, right? And this clause is describing which shoes, right? Sometimes adjectives describe which things, right? The blue pen or the red pen? Blue is an adjective. Red is an adjective. And sometimes we don't have one word that has this meaning. We don't have a word in English with this meaning. So we need to use an adjective clause. Now remember the rules. And Farman, it sounds like you joined the class late. That's okay. But if you don't understand what we're talking about, guys, remember you can watch the video on YouTube later, and you can, even now, Farman, I think you can go back and start from the beginning, okay, if you want, all right? Remember, guys, we always put the adjective clause to the right of the noun, okay? To the right of the noun. Let's look at this sentence now, guys. Let's look at the sentence. Now, the adjective clause, look, that you are wearing. Shoes is a thing. So remember, things, we usually say that, but which is okay. Let's use which. Let's use which for an example, because it's fun. I love the shoes which you are wearing. Now look at this adjective clause, which you are wearing. Alejandra, look, which you are wearing. Here, in this clause, you is the subject. You is the subject. You are wearing what? You are wearing what? You are wearing what? Right? Well, here, which, now listen guys, it's not crazy, it's not super difficult, but it's a little, students get confused if they're not listening. Which means the shoes, right? It's a pronoun, but this pronoun is the object. It's the object here, right here, look, right here. I love the shoes. You are wearing the shoes. I love the shoes. You are wearing your shoes. Okay, Sando or Shando River, come to YouTube. Okay, you're watching on Facebook right now. Come to YouTube. On Facebook, you just see a green wall. Okay, look guys, look, look. I love the shoes. This is the main information, right? And this is my adjective clause. I want to use this information to describe which shoes. Remember, I have to put this here. I have to put it beside the noun, right? I have to put it beside the noun. But now we have a problem. I love the shoes. You are wearing the shoes. It's strange because we have the shoes 2 times. So remember, adjective clauses, we need a relative pronoun, shoes. It's a thing, so we need that or which. Let's use which. And this means the shoes. But this which, the shoes, is talking about this one right here. So now we can erase this. I love the shoes which you are wearing. I love the shoes which you are wearing. So, relative pronouns. Right, it's already 9:42, so we have about 20 minutes left. So, relative pronouns. Things, we use that or which. People, we use who or that. Okay? Now, here we go, guys. Here we go. Ready? If, listen, if the relative pronoun is the object, I'm going to write this, okay? Move this up. If the relative pronoun is the object of the adjective clause. Understand that, guys? I'm not finished my sentence, but just wait. Mark, wait. Let me think about this meaning. If the relative pronoun is the object of the adjective clause. Ready? If the relative pronoun is the object of the adjective clause, it is. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It is very popular to omit the relative pronoun. Oh my God. What does this mean? What does this mean? Caio, Miguel, Alejandra, Selma, I don't know if you're still here. Farman, what does this mean? What does this mean? Omit. Help the other students. I'm sure you guys know. If anybody knows what omit means. I don't know what omit means. Please tell me. What does omit mean? Please tell me. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Guys, I know there's about 10 seconds of delay, so I'll wait for your answers. But while we're waiting, if the relative pronoun is the object of the adjective clause, it is very popular to omit the pronoun. And yeah, here we go. So omit means, Andres says erase. Sumi Nguyen says delete, right? Don't say, thank you. Don't tell, Pascoa, good job. Christina, exclude, yeah, good job. Marianne, don't mention it, yeah. if the relative pronoun is the object of the adjective clause, it's very popular to not say the relative pronoun. Look, right here. Let's copy this sentence. Let's put it down here. I love the shoes. Boom! I love the shoes you are wearing. I love the shoes you are wearing. Now, usually native speakers, when we're speaking, we do this. I love the shoes you're wearing. I love the shoes you're wearing. I love the shoes you're wearing. Okay, now remember, it's okay. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say which. But when we're speaking, it's super popular to say nothing. Good job, Selma. You're still here. I'm glad. Wow, this is I can see why this is difficult for students, for sure. But gosh, this is really important if you wanna understand English, and if you wanna speak English, you need this grammar. You need this. We use this all the time. It's super important. Could you repeat it once again? You mean just my speaking? I love the shoes you're wearing. I love the shoes that you're wearing. I love the shoes which you're wearing. I love the shoes you're wearing. So let's go back to the rule. If the relative pronoun is the object, it's very popular to omit the relative pronoun. Now, I know you guys are not totally sure about this yet. Okay, let's go back to our first example. Remember the dogs example? Let's go find that. The dogs that live. Let's first think about what is the main clause. The dogs are noisy. The adjective clause is here. What does that mean? That means the dogs. The dogs live, right? The dogs live. So here, that is the subject. It is the subject of the adjective clause. Okay? But if that or who or which is the object, you don't need it. Okay? You don't need it. If it's the subject, you need it. Okay? Now, repeat the boom. Boom! Okay. All right. Now, remember we talked about who and whom. And remember Rosa, Rosa has another question. I was just going to talk about Rosa, but remember Rosa said, well, you know, I said that whom is more formal than who. Let's do an example of people. Rosa wants to see an example of people. Okay, well let's use Rosa. Okay, so Rosa is the person. Okay, Rosa is the person, and I want to say this. She asked the question. Okay, so again, remember we are using adjective clauses to talk about which person. Which person? Who asked the question? Well, you say Rosa is the person. Rosa is the person. Now remember, rule number one, put the adjective clause beside the noun that we're describing. So we're describing person. Remember, put the adjective clause to the right. The right. No, that's left for you. Okay, for on YouTube, right. So you put it here, right? Okay. Rosa is the person. She asked the question. Now, we don't do this. She asked the question. Okay, we don't need she. Okay, we're going to use a pronoun. So people, what do we say? We could say who, and we can say that. All right. Now, can we say nothing here, guys? Can we say nothing for this adjective clause? Is that possible? Remember, we can say nothing No relative pronoun if the pronoun is the object of the adjective clause. But if it's the subject of the adjective clause, you cannot say nothing. Here, who and that are the subject, right? She asked, Rosa asked. So nothing is not a choice, okay? And Rosa's question is, hey, can you give us an example of a relative clause with that? Look, here you go, Rosa. Rosa is the person that asked the question. Rosa is the person that asked the question. Now look at, oh, Alejandra has a really good point. If you guys are confused about subject or object, Alejandra just said, look, if there, listen, if there is a verb beside that or which or who, you must say it. But if you have a new subject, that means you don't need it. Understand? Because now person is the object. Okay, so look at this sentence. Rosa is the person I asked. I asked Rosa. See, very good point, Alejandra. Very good rule or very good idea. Okay, let's just talk about that one more time. Okay, let's go back to the original sentence. Rosa is the person. If you have a verb in the beside the pronoun, you must say who, that, or which. But if you have a new subject, okay, if you have a new subject example, that means that is the object, or who is the object, and that means you don't need it. Rosa is the person I asked. Okay, Rosa, is that okay? Is that a good example for you? Now Rosa is now she wants to know, well, when do we use whom? Okay, well, whom is formal, and also it is only used as the object. Only used as the object of the adjective clause. Okay, so if you are a higher level student, listen. Okay, this is important for you. But if you are a lower level student and this is really difficult for you, just use who, okay? Who is okay. But whom is only for the object of the sentence, of the adjective clause, excuse me. So here, I asked, right? Well, whom would be good here? But it's formal. It's formal. This is more popular, right? This is the most popular. This is more, it's less popular, but it's popular. And this is really not formal because it's really not popular because it's formal. Okay, Norlene, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I guess you're going to bed now. It's super late in the Philippines. So thanks for joining. Guys, please share this with your friends or your teachers or whatever. And we need, you know, we want to grow. So let's try to do an exercise before we finish. Okay, guys, so let's try to put these sentences together. Now, if it's not clear for you, please turn on the HD if you can, if you're on Wi-Fi, right? Okay, so let's try to put these together, okay? The house is haunted. Now, maybe you don't understand haunted. Haunted means, you know, like it has a lot of ghosts. Okay, it's a very big problem in Canada. We have a lot of haunted houses. You know, many houses have ghosts, and yeah, we have to close the house, and we have to call, you know, the Ghostbusters, and they come, and then they, you know, they clean the house of ghosts. Do you guys have Ghostbusters in your country? I think there's a new documentary about the Ghostbusters. in New York that you can see. It's a new documentary, but yeah, big problem in Canada for sure. Anyways, the house is haunted and I live in it. Well, we learned different things, right? I live in it. First rule. No, Noriko, I'm joking. I was joking. Okay, it's not a big problem. It's a big problem in Japan though, Noriko. I felt a lot of ghosts when I lived in Japan. But okay, the house is haunted. Which house? Which house? Right? Well, we put the adjective clause beside the word. That's the first rule, right? The second rule is, you know, don't say the thing 2 times. So the house, it, same thing. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's take this out. Now the last thing is relative pronouns. Okay, so house, that, which are possible. Okay, so that, which, both things are possible. Oh, looks like we've got some chat messages going here. I'm going to close something. Sorry. Okay. Now here, nothing is also okay. Nothing is also okay. Okay, sorry guys, I've got something open here. I've got to turn that off. Nothing is also possible here because I live in, right? House is the object here. So nothing is possible here. Okay? All right, you guys continue. You guys continue. Please write the letter. Okay, so B and your answer, C and your answer. Try to continue. Try to put these sentences together. Okay? I'm going to disappear and play some music, and I'll come back soon, and we'll talk about the answers. Okay, guys, good job. I saw a lot of good answers, but also a lot of mistakes, which is fine. That's okay. So let's go over the answers, and then we will finish. Remember, we're going to continue talking about this next week. Okay. So we're not finished today, but we're going to talk about a different kind of relative clause next week. Okay, I read the newspaper. Now I see a lot of mistakes. You guys are forgetting the rules. Okay, I read the newspaper. She gave it to me. Okay, so which one is the main information? I think the main information is this one, right? I read the newspaper. She gave it to me. So we're going to put the adjective clause beside the noun. Okay, that's the first rule. Put it beside the noun. Okay, so we put it here. Okay, the second rule is don't say the thing 2 times. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this. We're going to leave that. And finally, we need a relative pronoun. I read the newspaper. Now, newspaper is a thing, right? I read the newspaper. That or which. Now, what about nothing? Can we say nothing here? Well, she gave. Remember Alejandra's rule. If you have a new subject, that means the relative pronoun is the object. So, also we can say nothing. I read the newspaper that she gave to me. Yeah. Good job, Art. Good job, Mohammed. Mohammed, you said gave it to me. So you said newspaper and it 2 times. That's not totally correct, right? Good, Marianne. Yeah, excellent. Farman, you did the same mistake. You wrote it. Okay. All right. The bear was scary. I saw it. The bear was scary. I saw it. Right? So this information describes bear. Which bear? Right? Second rule, don't say the thing. Don't say the thing 2 times. So we remove this. The bear I saw was scary. Now, do we need a relative pronoun here? I saw. I saw the bear. We don't need one, but we can use one. That's okay. Or nothing. Yeah, the bear I saw. Marianne, Caio, Miguel, excellent. Louise, don't forget, nothing is also okay. We have a question from Christina. I think she means, is it okay to say nothing? Is it okay to say nothing in formal writing? That's a good question. Probably formal writing, we would use that or which. Okay, yeah, but speaking, it's very popular to say nothing. Good question. Okay, the adjective clause, we put it beside the game. Very easy. Next, don't say the game, it. Don't say that. Don't say the subject 2 times. We remove that. And finally, we need a relative pronoun. The game that happened, the game which happened last week was fun to watch. Remember Alejandra's rule. After the relative pronoun, if you have a verb, you need the relative pronoun. Okay? The game that happened last week. Caio, good job. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Luis Antonio Suarez, the game that happened last week was fun to watch. Yeah. Yeah, Miguel, the game which happened good. Good. Yeah, Alejandra, excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Good. Good, guys. Selma, excellent. Glacy, the game that happened last week was fun to watch. Excellent. Good. Okay. The law is unfair. The government changed the law. So let's put this here, right? The government changed the law. So we're talking about the law. Now, don't say the law 2 times, right? Don't say it 2 times. And finally, we need a relative pronoun. So the law, so which or that. What about nothing? Is that okay? Yes, it is. The law that the government changed was unfair. Good job, Miguel. Christina, the law that the government changed is unfair. Good. All right, the government changed the law, which is unfair. Okay, yeah, that's good, Alejandra. Yeah, a little bit different meaning. The government changed the law, which, okay, yeah. So you guys changed it a little bit. You changed the order. That, yeah, you know, you have to decide what's the main information. So you're right. That's okay. That's okay. I just changed the order. Manbir Rokaya, the government changed the law that is unfair. Okay, good. Let's go on. F, a woman told the police what happened. Which woman? Which woman? This one. So we're going to put this information here, right? Whoa, what happened there? Okay, a woman saw the crime. Now don't say it twice. Okay, so we're going to remove this. We'll use the woman because we're describing which one. Finally, we need a relative pronoun. Well, a woman is a person, so we can say who or that. Can we say nothing? No, because we have a verb here. So we need who or that. The woman who saw the crime told the police what happened. Now this is what we're going to study next week. We're going to study this next week. This is called a noun clause, a noun clause. So today we've studied adjective clauses, and next week we're going to study noun clauses. These are both kinds of relative clauses. Okay, I'm going to give you the answers for G and H, and then we're going to finish, okay, because we are out of time. I met a man. I met a man. Which man? Right? Which man? Which man? I met a man who has 6 cats. People, you can also say that. All right? We have a verb here, so nothing is not okay. And last one, my neighbor has a dog. Okay? In Canada, neighbor has a U. So if you're wondering about the spelling, my neighbor has a dog that or which barks a lot. Woof, 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 barks. Here we have a verb, so nothing is not possible. Okay, I met a man who has 6 cats. Lots of good answers. Excellent. Guys, that's it for today. All right, it has been an hour and 10 minutes, so we should probably finish. We're going to continue this next week. So, well, we'll see you next week. Please come back. Please like this video. Please share this video if you can. If you can donate to Smrt live stream, click the link under the video. Join Sean today. Sean, the higher level class. Sean is going to talk about causative verbs today. So that's an interesting lesson. Otherwise, I'll see you guys